Big news coming out of the NFL just yesterday via the Instagram. And I think I like this a lot. Whenever I started utilizing the Twitter, it was strictly because I wanted to inform people that I wasn't the buffoon that was being portrayed on the news. You got to remember, when I got arrested for the public intoxication, the alleged swimming event, we can dive into that at a different time. They were broadcasting live from the scene of the crime, the news was. Okay, that is a real thing. Whenever I got out of jail, went to the Colts facility, got home, back to my house, I didn't have a phone because it was broken from water damage, and my dad showed up, who I thought hung up on me when I had my one call from jail. He just didn't want to pay $40 a minute or whatever to talk to me, so he got in the car. But when my dad got there, we turned on TV, literally almost every local sports, we are live from the scene of the crime. It is alleged this is where he went into the canal at, like everything like that. People didn't even know I was on the team at this point. They thought Hunter Smith was still the punter of the Colts. This is my second year here. They had no idea I was on the team, and now they're just like, oh, this guy, obviously on his bye week, is an idiot, right? Now, granted, it kind of did the opposite. All the younger generation of Indianapolis was like, okay, this is our guy. Like, this guy got arrested exactly where we probably walked by him last night, if that is where he was. So it kind of had a reverse effect, but nobody was getting my message up because I wasn't getting interviewed by reporters after games. It's not like, hey, you punted really good today. You know, Peyton Manning's your quarterback, but the way you punted is why you guys were 14-0 and didn't. Like, I was never getting interviewed. I was never getting talked to by anybody. So Twitter became my voice. Right? Twitter became my voice to people, my way of connecting to people. Even whenever I was the best punter in the game and making Pro Bowls, I wasn't getting interviewed. Twitter was always my way to speak to people. And I think as we've moved forward, you see Tom Brady has utilized Twitter to kind of cancel out other people who spin things. I think we're kind of phasing out the bias that is the media on telling what the story is, and players are starting to own their message more. I liked it because I could tell people like, hey, yeah, I had a great time, but I'm not an idiot all the time, just some of the time. I'm very thankful. And then it became a place where I was doing well and retweets started happening. And now we're 1.7 million followers. I remember getting to 500 followers and 1,000 followers and being jacked up about it because of how much fun it was. Drew Brees, instead of having an insider report it, instead of his agent leaking it to somebody, Drew Brees on his Instagram just yesterday announced, by the way, massive storyline. This is a massive NFL offseason story. This is one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. A man who owns every single NFL record was potentially going to retire. And on his own Instagram yesterday, which I like because we're a younger generation, he breaks the news himself that he's coming back for his 20th season next year. He says, my feelings about the 2020 season, he was standing on a mountaintop overlooking another mountain, which is overlooking an ocean. We don't know where at, with his arms completely open. I look forward to the grind and the journey, for the reward at the end will be worth it. Now, the reward at the end of the last 3 seasons was not worth it. It was heartbreaking, but I think that's why he's coming back. He says, love you, Who Dat Nation. Let's give it another go. Basically saying, hey, I am no longer retiring. I am not retiring. Never, no longer. I'm not retiring. I'm coming back. He broke the news his way.